Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Homebrew Wednesday, Thursday, sort of. Cheers. I apologize for the video being late this week, but I told you before that if it's going to be a day or two late, or a day late or so, I'm not going to make a separate video telling you that. If you don't see it on Wednesday, then just assume it's, you know. Sometimes things just don't line up exactly, and I actually forgot that it was Wednesday yesterday. I actually thought it was Tuesday. I kind of lost track. So anyway, here we are. A couple things I want to talk to you about. First of all, there's a homebrew video that I've been making of a honey pumpkin beer, and you're probably wondering why it's not posted yet. Well, I figured because I finally got to keg it, I may as well put it on the end of the video, right? The video is all edited and ready to go, but I'm going to put the tasting on the end of the video so that it's all in one, okay? So I'm not going to say too much about it now here because this is it. This is a honey pumpkin beer. I would call it a honey pumpkin IPA. That's what I would call it, just from the taste. So again, I'm not going to critique it, but I will tell you that it's absolutely delicious. It's really nice. Carbonation is great. It's got great head retention. The hops are right there. I'm sure it'll probably get a little bit nicer once it mellows out a bit, but I don't have a feeling this is going to be around for too long because it's that good. So so cheers. It's so nicely carbonated. I'm not going to talk about it. That video will be out probably later today. This is just being Thursday today. I should be able to have time to finish that up and then post it on YouTube for tonight. Okay, so you'll be seeing that. Okay, so that's that. Now, I went out and bought myself, I just want to show you, there's an old radio up there if you want to look at that. Works too. It's an old tube radio. Just a second while I go and get this beer that I wanted to try. I'll just see where it is here. I went out today and got this. And I don't know, it's a what does it say? A Krabby's orange. Of course, I don't have my friggin' glasses out on me, but I know what it's a ginger beer. It's an orange ginger beer. I'll just show it you. Hold it up to the camera. And so I've got it in the fridge. Probably going to drink this later. I didn't want to drink it now because it's not really homebrew related, is it? So, but that's what it is. I picked that up, and I also picked myself up a bottle of scotch just because I haven't done that in a while. I'll just put that down there. Put it back in the fridge later. And so that's what I've got there. Nothing big. I've also got some of the mixed berry cider left from that Mangrove Jack's kit, and it's really good. Man, it's delicious stuff. Despite the weird thing I had happen to it, it's just really good, and you get quite a buzz off it. So here you go. I wanted to talk a little bit about my SJ Pour Challenge beer. I opened one about 4 or 5 days ago, and a little unhappy with the carbonation. It pisses me off, really, because I can do it so accurately and so well when I just bottle prime, when I prime the bottles with sugar, you know. And I've done it that way for years and years and years. And even better with the keg. I can hit that one on the head. And the contest comes along, and I think, okay, I'm going to batch prime this because, you know, I want them all the same. And of course, I put more priming sugar in than it says online to do, because I'm using plastic bottles. I figure, well, they expand a little bit. And it's still, you know, kind of disappointing. The pour is disappointing. I'm disappointed, I'm still going to enter it into the contest, but it tastes good. But I don't know, maybe it'll get better, you know, as it ages a little more, and after it gets refrigerated for a while, maybe things will pick up. Who knows? Maybe, you know, we'll see what happens. But, you know, I mean, I'm not worried. I know I can make good beer. I mean, I just look at that. I mean, this is great beer. It tastes good. It's lacing. It's, you know, I mean, I know I can do it, and it's just a shame that maybe I should have put this one in the competition instead of the other one. I made the other one several times and never had any problems with it, but I've always kegged it. And one of the times I made it, I bottled about 3 bottles of it, and I used the Cooper's carbonation drops in glass Grolsch bottles. No problem. Turned out wonderful. Jake and Dar made a batch. Optimod made a batch. Some other people made batches. All of them were great. Mine, that's because I'm entering in a contest. It's going to be difficult. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll get a good score for flavor and color. Probably not so much for head retention or anything like that. But who knows? It could change. They've still been sitting at room temperature. Maybe they need to be refrigerated for a while to get things, you know, moving in there. So that's the update. I'm still going to enter it. I don't care if I make it to the finalists or whatever. It's not it's not really why I'm going into it in the first place. But I'm just warning you that I'm not very happy with the beer itself. So we'll see if other people share the same opinion. Hopefully not. Well, hopefully it will pick up and be good by the time it gets to them. Now, I do also want to talk about the 17 Brew Crew website a little bit. I'm looking for a volunteer, okay, who knows how to run a forum, you know, on the back end, knows how to do the technical stuff, because I don't, you know. And one of the guys who usually runs it, he's got issues going on. He can't really always be there. And so we're looking for somebody who's technically inclined in that department, who would help us out in that area, you know, moving things, fixing things, if these things needed fixing, or, you know, backing it up, basically running the back end of it. So if you know anybody, or if you yourself would like to volunteer your time, and I don't think it's a lot of time, but just to be helping us out in that regard, then you can speak to me about that. And I have to speak to the guys and see what's really going on. But I don't want the forum to fold. It's a great forum. There's a lot of members. Not that there's not other good forums on YouTube or on the internet, because there are. But, you know, it's nice to have choice. It's nice to know, you know, where your friends are. And I'm in there quite a lot, best I can, answering things. So yeah, just putting that out there. If you know anybody, or if you're interested, put a comment down below, and we'll have a Skype with me and one of the other guys, and we'll figure out what needs to be done. Okay, so just had to put that out. This is an absolutely really good beer. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So there'll be a homebrew video of the making of that coming up in the next day or so. It'll be online for you. I just figured, you know, what the heck? I may as well do the whole thing, tasting and all that, so people get the whole picture from beginning to end. It's the first pumpkin style, or it's the first beer I've used pumpkin puree in. And I had a lot of sediment at the bottom of the fermenter, and I had to lose some of the beer. I only ended up with about 17 liters of beer instead of 19 or 20, because at the bottom of the fermenter there was just too much debris. I was going to bottle that part, but I forgot, and I wasn't prepared with the bottles, and I didn't have any priming sugar, so I kind of dumped it out and bit my lip, bit my tongue. But it was really, really kind of trubby and thick. It smelled good. But, so, next time I make it, I'll be more prepared. But it's a good one. Now, something happened. I was cleaning up my brewing area yesterday, and I noticed a fermenter that I hadn't cleaned out. I kegged a batch of beer, and then I put the lid on the fermenter and went to bed, and then, you know, just forgot about it. So it's probably there for about a week. And you've probably all had that happen. you know, and then you open it up and it's like, oh no, you know, and you've got to scrub it, you've got to bleach it, you've got to, you know, clean it out really, really good. Otherwise, you know, it could taint your next beers if it's plastic, that is. So, I opened up the lid, expecting to be disgusted, and it actually smelled good. Like, it smelled like the US-05 yeast that I used. In fact, it was starting to dry up and sort of become a powder again, almost a powder. It was very strange. And so I smelt it and I thought, I mean, if I had a Cooper's, you know, just a standard beer kit around somewhere tonight, I would have pitched a batch of beer on top of that yeast just to see what would happen, because it smelt good. And I'm wondering if, you know, that was maybe a way of getting sort of a type of sour beer. I don't know. Well, I poured it out. And I cleaned out the container. But I wondered. I thought, wonder what would happen if you ferment it on top of this. It's been sitting around for a week. It may have picked up something from the air. Who knows? But it didn't smell bad. So you guys let me know what you think of that. And if you think that's something that you'd try. Would you leave a batch of yeast? I mean, it sounds ridiculous. But honest to God, if I had a Cooper's IPA or an English bitter or something laying around last night, I would have, you know, for the $15 it cost me for that, I would have done it. Just see what happened. And I would have been able to say, hey, guess what I did? But yeah, I poured it out. I didn't want to, you know, I've only got, you know, expensive, you know, I've got grains and I've got things to do that are more, you know, more, I want them to work. I don't want to just experiment with them. So anyway, but it was a thought that crossed my mind. It's like when you're, so I got like a nose whistle or something going on. It's like when you're in the hardware store or Walmart and you see, do you ever do this? I do all the time. You walk through the, you know, the camping section or whatever, and you see all the Coleman coolers, and the first thing that comes to my mind is mash tun, little mash tun, big mash tun. You know, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I already have one, but I see them as mash tuns, not coolers. It's kind of funny. My kids think I'm crazy. Dad, every time you see a cooler, you think it's a mash tun. Ah, yeah. So, coming up after I get this pumpkin beer edited and online, I'm going to be doing a barley wine. A barley wine is just a strong British ale, really. It's just a strong beer. It's called wine because of the percentage of alcohol it sometimes has. It's up where wine usually is. So it comes from a Greek. Has a Greek origin, and the Greek word for it translated into English is barley wine. So I mean, it came with hops. It came with liquid malt extract and yeast. So it's a beer, but it should be like an 8-9% beer. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and I'll shoot some video of that as well. In case, as I haven't got a barley wine video up on YouTube, so why not, right? Okay. There's one more small thing I just want to mention, and I'll talk more about this later, but I need to mention it, and I want you guys to tell me what you think, okay? There's a website called patreon.com. I'll put a link down in the description below. I don't want to interrupt your Homebrew Wednesday viewing. I don't want to interrupt you from watching my other videos. I don't want to interrupt your YouTube activity, but could you go to that website, and there's videos on the front page. You don't have to watch them all. Just pick a couple, okay? Pick a couple of those videos and just give them a look. They're about 10 minutes each, if that. Maybe less. It's a program that YouTube creators can get involved with and actually allow their viewers... I don't want to even explain it right here. I really don't, because I don't have the time. I want you to go there and watch one or two of the videos on that page. And tell me what you think. Tell me if this is something that you think I should do. And if so, would you participate? Because you know what? It could allow me to make more videos. It would allow me to be able to create more content, have better lighting, more cameras, because I've only got one. The other one, my flip cam is on its way out. It dies after 5 minutes of use. Buy more equipment. I mean, just everything. It would allow me to really make more content when push comes to shove. And, you know, if that's something you're interested in, then go to the Patreon site, just take a look, okay? And I don't want to do it if people aren't comfortable with it, all right? If you're happy with the way things are, fine. But I could see myself doing at least one homebrew video a month and at least one Craig's Kitchen a month, okay? This would allow me to do that because I could spend more time on making videos. All right, because there's money involved, there's revenue involved. All right, very little revenue on your part if you participate. Okay, it might cost you $1 a month or something, and you know, people that don't want to do it, they don't have to. Okay, they just keep on trucking along the way we do now. There's nothing will change. So if you're interested, that's what you're going to do, is watch a couple of those videos. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm pretty much done here. I'm out. More videos will be coming out as I get the brews made. The barley wine will be the next video. And I've got a couple of things that people sent me that I'm going to brew up as well. And we'll do some video of that too. So let me get back to my beautiful beer. Yes. And I also am working on a re-recording, as I said last week, re-recording one of my songs. And it's coming along pretty good. Coming along slowly. I don't have a lot of time, but it's coming along pretty good. So we should be hearing that in the next few weeks. I'm going to get a friend of mine and do some guitar on it. I'm going to get another friend of mine to help me with other things with it. Audio guy. I don't know if you remember Audio Guy, but he's offered to help too. So it should be fun. It should be fun. Okay, let me know about the 17 Brew Crew thing if you're interested in helping with that. And if you want t-shirts, it's tgtshirts.com. Simple, easy. They're for sale. That's, you know, it's a help. That helps me too. And you get something in return. So and lots of people have bought them. So we're gonna keep selling them, keep advertising them. This one's got CraigTube on the front. It's got the home brewing on the arm. Okay. It's got the WCRAIG radio on that arm, and it's got that on the back as well. And they come in black, blue, and red. And you still can buy the old ones too, if you're interested. If not, don't buy them. I'm just letting you know they're still for sale. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this week. Apologize it's late, but I'm glad we're here, and I'm glad we're beer. Take care. We'll see you Friday. Cheers, 17.